Dun 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 dun. This is the Sharia radio show, recorded live in sunny Orange County. Aliso Viejo, California, where Joxua Luxor has just arrived in his luxurious white two-door Toyota Yaris that somebody once broke into and left $50 because it looked like he could use it. Now, without further ado, here is your host, the voice-crying wolf in the wilderness, Joxua Luxor. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our fourth episode of the Sharia radio show. We've got a great show for you tonight. Arnold Schwarzenegger will be joining us later, and Sylvester Stallone will be here too, but we will not be interviewing Sly. We will only be interviewing Arnold. I know it's weird. I apologize. 333 members in our group now, a personal record. I am being trolled on chan sites by people I have never heard of. That's how you know when you are winning. People hate watch you, and you inspire them. Guys, I have to talk to the white power guys for a second. Guys, I don't care that you're into the white power thing. That's great. Good for you. It's trending all over Europe. But that isn't what this group is about. Every reasonable, sane person in the world wants to see Sharia banned. Look, man, I'm trying to do something here, and it's not easy. I'm trying to thread the needle. Now this community, Ban Sharia, has attracted some attention and gained some notoriety. We are being observed, studied, learned from even. I want you to ask yourselves a few questions. Are you trying to win with us or against us? Are you snatching defeat from the jaws of victory? Anyways, without further ado, here is our guest tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you for having me on this show. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I told you that Sylvester Stallone would be here, but we don't have him mic'd, so you sometimes might hear him in the background. Just want to let you know. Now, I wanted to say, Arnold, Mr. Schwarzenegger, I grew up with you in a way because my father had a bodybuilding fetish, so I always had muscle and fitness magazines lying around.
Oh, yes, great inspiration, positive role models for children.
I work with a lady named Laura Gaspard. She's an ex-professional bodybuilder, and she tells me that she remembers your wife calling you and constantly yelling at you on the phone while she was working out, and she felt bad for you.
Oh, yes, I remember her. Very sexy redhead, and as I recall, her boyfriend told me the rug matches the drapes.
Yeah, very funny. One of my regular customers is Tom Platts. He's also a former bodybuilder. I'm sure you know him.
No shit, that short little Scottish bastard. Great legs.
It does seem like since the 80s, our country has become a lot more feminine and a lot less masculine.
Tell me about it. Our country was running so low on testosterone. Me and Sylvester Stallone had to come out of retirement.
That's pretty good. I gotta tell you, man, I would have voted for you to be president.
Wow! Thanks, man. I would have loved to be president. I love this country. But they told me I couldn't be president because I wasn't born in Kenya.
What do you think of our president?
I think he's either a coward or he's evil. If I was president, I would take a time machine back in history, 1,400 years, and I would be like, "Are you the Prophet Muhammad?" And then I would shoot him in his tiny child raping penis. I don't know if we can say that in a podcast. It might be too much.
What did he say? I want to know what he said. What did he say?
Okay, he said, did you hear the one about the Muslim swing band? They call themselves the baby raping daddies.
Wow. That is fucking messed up, but it's actually pretty true though. I don't know why Obama tries so hard to conceal the truth about Islam, or why Jon Stewart is so eager to let him let him sign secret agreements that concern all of us, not just America, but the entire world.
Jon Stewart, I hate that guy. He's an idiot.
Oh, come on now. John is 17 writers smart.
He's a nutless wonder. He's a dickless joke. If he doesn't have a tiny schmeckle, I bet he has a shmushka. I can see why. Comedy Central let him go. I would let him go too. Off a cliff. Thinking about Jon Stewart's shmushka is giving me a stifling.
Oh, that's disgusting. I feel like I'm gonna puke. What is interesting is that he has aged horribly in the last 17 years. He looks old. That's what happens when it takes you that long to detect your own horse shit. His 17-year-long smear campaign against Fox News finally backfired on him, and he jumped the shark. The funny thing is that as his career was dying, his nose has kept growing.
Is that a Jewish joke?
No, it was actually a Pinocchio joke.
It's okay, it's still funny.
I don't consider Jon Stewart Jewish. Anyway, he obviously hates the Jews. Jon Stewart is an atheist Freemason, which is ironic because you have to believe in God in some form in order to be Freemason.
How is it possible that he can hate Jews?
Because he is self-loathing. He doesn't care if Israel is removed from the map. He wants all religions gone.
It is interesting how the liberal elitist femtards have a bias that favors a tyrannical, male-dominated regime.
I agree. They are hypocrites, and they aren't smart enough to detect their own horse shit. So, Arnold, I'm going to change the mood here a little bit, change the focus of the conversation. I want to ask you, what are you going to do with your career now?
Well, I was thinking of doing voiceovers for audio versions of children's books.
Really?
Yeah, people can't get enough of the sultry voice that I have and its dulcet tones.
Interesting.
Don't tell me you haven't noticed that lilting, lyrical loveliness that flow trippingly from my tongue.
Actually, now that you mention it, I have noticed that.
Oh, I was contemplating trying out for the lead role in Macbeth. Watch, I have been practicing. What is this, a dagger I see before me?
Wow, that was awesome. John Wayne couldn't have done it better. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
You guys are killing me.
Well, that's our show. Sorry I have to wrap it up.
That's what he said.
Thank you both for being here.
That's what she said.
And remember, rock and roll, America. This has been a fork and spoon production. I like to fork before I spoon.